Okay, so today's agenda is to solve one more use case, and the use case is of Twitter sentiment that everyone was requesting me to do the Twitter sentiment analysis. So the first step, what you have to do is we have to import all the libraries, as I told you. So import all the libraries. So libraries that we installed is import numpy as np, import pandas as pd. Then we have to import a tfid vectorizer. Okay, so feature extraction dot text import tf idf vectorizer. So once we have done this, just run the shell. The next step, what we have to do is we have to open the data. Okay, so train, that is pd dot read underscore csv, and inside this, uh, so just read both the data. Okay, so first we have a train dot csv, and the second one we have is test dot csv. So this I will write is a test, and this will be test dot csv. Once you have done this, just try to see the data. Okay, so I will do train dot head. So this is the data that I have given to you. So basically it has 4 columns. First is text id, then we have text, then we have selected text, and this we have a sentiment. Okay, so the difference between a text and a selected text is that text is a full text that is speaking by someone, and selected text is the text that is negative. Okay, so example, so sad I will miss you here in San Diego. Okay, so sad is taken as a selected text. Okay, so my boss is bullying me, so bullying me is taken as a selected text. Okay, so this is the difference between a text and a selected text. So selected text is a subset of a text basically, and text ID is the just the ID of that. Okay, so this particular column is not required. We are only interested in text, selected text, and sentiment. So everyone understood the data set. Okay, so first we'll try to see the basic stats of data. So shape of the data. Let's see what is the shape of the data. So print train dot shape, and sorry, and then we will have test dot shape. And if I run this, so the train data is 27,481, and we have 4 columns, whereas in test data we have 3, 5, 3, 4, and 3 columns. Okay, and if we see the test data here, okay, so the text data, we have a text, and we have to do so this test data is basically given to this test data is basically given to just do a testing on a train data. Okay, suppose you have trained a model, so you can test on this particular data. So this is test data is given. Okay, so I will just again go to back train data and run this. If you want to see the basic info of the data set, that what type of column it is, how many null values are present. So what you can do is you can do train.info. So if I run this, this is the data that I'm getting. So as you can see, there is one, so it's 2741 no null. Okay, 27 not null. So there is basically one null data missing here, and one null data is missing. Means one data is missing here and one data is missing here. Simply, what we can do is we can drop that. Okay, so because only one row will be dropped, or 2 row at the max will be dropped, so we can do that. So train dot drop na, and in place equal to true. So let me do this as train and copy paste and test data, and this will be also test. So do we have any null values in test data? No, we don't have any. We don't have any null values in test data. So this is perfect. Okay. Now this is your task. Okay. So I want everyone to just give me the in a form of a graph or in a form of a textual data. I don't care what you give me, but I want a data where I want to see that how many counts are there for neutral, how many counts are there for negative sentiment, how many counts are there for positive sentiment. My question is clear. So basically, with the function that you have learned in pandas, I want to get the count. That's it. That how many sentiments are there. So basically, there are three sentiments, and what are the count of each sentiment. Just to check the data if the data is not imbalanced. Okay, this is the first way. So I will write first method. Linoli has given me the second method. So let me try to run this. And this is the second method. Okay, and the third method I will give. I will write my on my own. So my method is not different from yours. My method will also give the same answer, but in a very graphical way. Okay, graphical in the sense that so when you try to represent this kind of data, so this is not this is not looking good, right? So because you are just giving the text and the number, text and number. So I will give the same data but in a proper way. Okay, so let me write this. So temp equal to train dot group by. So group by sentiment dot count. Then what I will do is I will extract a text from there. Then I will reset the index so that index is in a proper way. So reset index. Then what I will do is just for mine for just for my things I will sort the value so that everything is in a sorted way. So basically neutral will be on top, then positive, then negative. Okay, so like that I am sorting. So yes, so sort by text ascending equal to false. Okay, so if I run this, okay, I got an error. Let's see. I remember sort values. Okay, so this will be sort values. VLUS and just run this. Now, if you press temp, if you do temp, this is the data that you are getting. So to just to make this data more pleasing to eye, what you can do is you can do there is a function data frame. There is a styling in data frame that is called as style dot background. Okay, background gradient. So there's something on the background gradient. So gradient, and when we run this, I will do cmap equal to uh purple. So this looks in a more intuitive and pleasing to our eye, right? So yeah, basically this is just if I am showing the data to a client, so I can show like this. This is not a good way to represent because it is not in a graphic. It's just a information you are giving to me. And the only thing what I have done is I am representing the data in just a good form. That's it. nothing else. Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to do this or not. Just another method, that's it. Okay, so basically you can play with pandas in many ways, so this is one of the way to play with pandas. Now I want to see the data, because what happens is sometime visualizing the data is more pleasing to your eye or more understanding than seeing the data. Okay, so can anyone plot the same graph? Can anyone tell me the function to plot the same graph? So this data what I'm getting, right? So I want everyone to plot a a graph for that. Okay, so method one again I will write. Okay, so temp sentiment text. So I think you have to give the data. Data is here for data was temp for me. Okay, so syntax error is there. Okay, so this will be command and yeah. So okay, so you can do in this way also. Or what you can do is, so method two. One method is using a bar plot. The second method is, that is method 2 and sns dot count. We have something known as count plot. Okay, so in a count plot what you have to do is you have to just pass the column, that's it. So it will do the count on its own. So sentiment, and you have to pass the data, and the data is train. If I run this, you get the same thing. But in bar plot, you have to pass x and y. In count plot, you have to just pass one variable, that is x, that is sentiment, and automatically it will calculate the count and it will plot. So you don't have to take care about the y axis here. So this is method one and method two again. So till here it's clear to everyone what we are trying to do. We're just trying to find out whether our data is balanced or imbalanced. Okay, so it seems the data is okay. It's not balanced also, as what you think is, it is not unbalanced also. So data is good for now to work with. So till here it's clear to everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Now what we do is we try to analyze the data. Okay, so let's see the data. Okay, so let's try to see the positive data first. So what I will do is I will filter the data. So train, because we have to decide on cleaning all the text, right? So that's why. So I will do just this sentiment equal to, and for now we'll go with positive. Let's see the positive data. So this is a positive data that we have. So basically now our job is to clean the data. Okay, now our job is to clean the data. So you can see this, there's a star that we have to remove. So we have to use a regex here. Then this dot we have to remove. That can we remove the error punctuation, stuff like this. And so what I will do is I will do head of 50. Okay, so that I can see the top 50 data. So that I okay, so this somehow you have to just convert this into u. So okay, so you have to do the regex part here again. It's good morning twins, fine, sending love, blessings, peace, sound exciting. Okay, let's try to see the tail of the data. Okay, so basically you have to remove the basic things. So this is the positive sentiment. Let's see, let's go for the negative now. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Let's analyze the negative. That is negative. If I do this is the negative data that we have. So we have to remove this number. Then we have to remove this question mark. Okay, that can remove the punctuation. Okay, great. Then these 3 stars we have to remove. So basically what I'm doing is I'm analyzing the data by this, or there are n different of ways. Okay, so what you can do is you can find the unique word and then you can analyze the data. You can do with anything. Okay, so it's up to you. It's up to you. So basically, it will take time because lots of visualization is required here. So I'm just so I will do is I will give you the proper, after doing this use case, I will give you the proper visualization also. So you can go through that. Okay. So my aim is not to do a visualization. My aim is to just teach you that how to remove the regex and how to remove the or how to clean the text. Okay. So let's move forward. Okay. So what I will do is I will create one function. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by function? So if I do function and I will give the function as text, and inside this I will pass a text. And okay, so this is something called as docstring. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by docstring?
Something like comments, details.
Okay,
What the
so
function?
what is the advantage of using docstring?
It can help to describe what the function does.
Okay, it can describe what the function does. Removing
We
of square bracket, then what we'll do is we will remove links. If some link is there, we remove the link also. Remove punctuation, and then and remove word containing numbers. So this is our aim that we will do. So removing words containing numbers. So just I will, after this I will press enter. That's it. Okay. So this is something called a docstring. So what is the purpose of docstring is? So suppose I am doing this, and if I do clean text, and if I do this, and if I shift tab, see, this is what you can see in all the functions. So when you use a docstring, so in a classes, some people have told you, suppose you want to see the function, that what is function does, right? So what do you do? Suppose I want to see the what are parameters are there in tail, or what are the different parameters, or what that particular function does. So what to do? How to check that?
shift tab.
Yes, shift tab, right? So this what you can see. This everything written is written in a doc string. Okay, so the same thing I've also written. So when I will do shift tab here, the same thing see I will get here. What I have written. Make text in a lowercase, remove text in a square bracket, remove link, remove punctuation. So this is how the coding is done in the libraries. Okay, so they have maintained a proper doc string for that. Okay, so this is how this is what a doc string does. Now it's clear to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Okay, this is how coding is done. Or suppose if you're passing a now this is a text parameter, right? So yeah, so in what they do is they type something called as parameters. So parameters, they put a colon, and after colon with a tab they put text. This text is what type? This text is str type, and they give the definition. Okay, so input text that need to be pre-processed. Okay, so if you are giving this function, so you can convert this clean text into some library and you can call this function. And when I do shift tab, so you will understand this. Okay, the parameter is text string. So this what I'm taking is a text, and what is this text? This text is a string. So input text that need to be pre-processed. So this is how a library coding is done behind the scene. So that's why when you press shift tab, you can see all the details of any function. So this is what they have done behind the scene. So they have written a doc string and they have explained the function in a doc string. So see parameters and what is n, what it returns, and stuff like this. Okay, so whenever you are doing a coding in production, you have to do coding in this way only. Okay, suppose because in a production we will not have only one file. In production we have 20-30 files that we have to combine with each other. Okay, so every time I will not go to the function and see that what a function does. So we have to write a doc string, and we can just do shift tab, and I can see that okay, this function takes this text and I have to pass the text. Okay, so that's why this is something called as doc string. So this is clear to everyone what a doc string is and why it is useful.
Yes.
Okay. Now what we'll do is the first thing, so text, and we convert str to text, and we'll convert everything into lowercase. Okay, so as I told you that the first thing what you have to do is you have to convert into lowercase. Then basically, see, I will not do all type of text processing here. That is homework for you. For example, removing of stop words and any other stuff, any other thing you want to do, you can just remove. I will just go with the regex. Okay, so I will just go with the regex here, just to give you the another way that how. So suppose you have your own data, so how to pre-process or clean the data with the help of regex. Okay, so here I will not go with the built-in functions like stop words or remove of punctuation stuff like this. I will go with the regex part here, just to give you another uh just to give you hands on another way. Okay, so how to clean the data, that's it. So import re, and to run this I'm running this. Okay, so basically everyone knows regex, right? If I'm not wrong, if you don't know, then you have to revise, because this you have to be very good with regex. Whenever you're doing NLP, you have to be very good with regex. So I hope everyone is familiar with regex.
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first thing what I am doing is, okay, if you are familiar with that, or if you are familiar with regex, then tell me what is this. Okay, so everyone saw that there was a star and there was a question mark, right? So what I am doing is I am doing something like this. So star was there, question mark was there, this was there, and slash was there, and I am replacing this. So re dot sub, then I am replacing this with empty string and the data I'm giving here. Okay, so can anyone tell me what I'm doing here?
Uh, Replacing star and question mark with the blank, like removing this characters.
Okay, and what about this?
So escape character.
Yeah,
Open
escape
file.
special character.
Okay, so this is the first thing what I'm doing. Okay, so I've analyzed the data and I've seen that okay, the star is there everywhere. So I'm just removing the star, question mark, and stuff like that. So this is just a basic request for that. Okay. So after cleaning the data, again you have to analyze everything. Okay. So after you have to check for df.info if there is no, or you have to check for the null data or something like that. Okay, so because the many things get changed right after doing the pre-processing, so again you have to analyze the data, and again you have to check that what you have done is correct or wrong. If any other things are there, then we have to again clean that text. Okay, so yes, so these steps, see, the in NLP, as you also know that the important part is the cleaning part. Once you have done the cleaning, then you have to use a TF-IDF vectorizer, and you have to just use any method and you can do the prediction. That is simple. The toughest part is here. The important part is here only. This function, that is clean text. So you have to analyze a lot and lot and lot for this. This is not just a 1 or 2 hour of job. This you have to sit whole day and you have to analyze each data. Also, you have to use a graphical way or any way possible. Just see the data and you have to clean the data somehow. Okay, so now we have to remove this. See, now we have to remove this HTTPS. To remove this, we have to again use the regex part. Okay, so let's try to remove that. So text equal to re dot sub. So we have HTTPS, then question mark. It can be S or S also, right? So question mark H. See, if you don't know regex, then it will be very tough. Okay, so please revise regex by today only. If you're not feeling that regex is, now if you're not understanding things, then you have to revise regex. So then what I'm doing is I will take one stop word and this. I will say if this is www or simply the any white space, then dot, then again plus. Okay, and I am doing this and I'm giving the text. Yeah. So can you explain what I'm doing here?
The URL could start with HTTP or HTTPS.
Yeah. So basically, I'm putting question mark there. So basically, it will take HTTP. So S can be there or cannot be there. Okay. So this is the meaning of question mark. Then, so what slashes means?
Any non-white space.
Non-white space character
Yes,
after
non-white.
HTTP.
Yes, so non-white space, non-white space. Okay, so space, tab, new line, that is not that is called as a white space. So basically, we're saying not white space. That's it. What is the meaning of plus?
One
One
or
or
more
more.
occurrences.
Yes, one or more. What is the meaning of this or sign?
Either HTTP or WW. Any of this
Exactly.
matching.
Yes, exactly. So this either HTTPS or www. So basically, you can start www.google.com also. You can type. You can type HTTPS google.com. So anything you can type. So removing that. Then what is this? Basically a non-white space, one or more. That's it. With a dot. Okay, www dot. So it will be HTTPS dot something, or it can be WWS dot something. So basically, either it can be this or it can be this. If you find anything like either this or this, just remove that with the empty string. That's the only thing I'm doing here. So these two things are clear to everyone. What I'm trying to do here. Okay, just to make everything easy for everyone. So what I will do is uh, regex dictionary, I can say, or reference. Okay, so dot means, what is a dot in regex? Anyone?
Match
Any
any
character.
character.
So any character except the new line. Okay, then we have small d. What is that for?
Digit.
Digit, and the digit is from 0 to 9. Okay, and the capital D is for,
Any
Any
non-digit.
non-digit.
Non-digits.
so not a digit. So basically no digit, and this is will be from 0 to 9. Then we have something called as W. What is W for?
Non-alpha character.
Non-alpha,
Alphanumeric.
alphanumeric. Okay, so what character you can say? So basically, it can be small a to z. It can be capital A to capital Z. It can be 0 to 9, or it can be underscore. Okay, and capital W means, so basically small means word character, so capital of that means that not a word character. Okay, so try to remember this way. So anything you can see with capital, that is not of that particular thing. So for example, if small d is a digit, capital D is not a digit. Small w is word character, so capital W will be not a word character. Then small s is for what?
White space.
So white space. So basically white space is nothing but space, tab, or new line. Okay, this is nothing but a white space. And if this is white space, then what is capital S?
Non-white space.
So it will be not white space. So I will just, okay, this is, I'm just doing that. This becomes simple for you guys to debug. Okay, so I don't want anyone to think or just to get confused. So I'm just writing the dictionary or the reference so that you can take a reference from here. Then we have something called as B. What is that? Can you tell me?
Spaces around the string.
Okay, so basically word boundary, right?
Word boundary.
Word boundary, and we have something called as capital B, and that is not a word boundary. Not a word boundary. Then we have this sign. What is this for?
Starts with caret.
Matches beginning of the string.
Yes, beginning of the string. Then what we have? We have dollar. What is dollar for?
Ending
End of the string.
End of the string. Okay. Then we have this round bracket. What is this round bracket is for in regex?
Any value, any one of the values.
Okay, so basically matches character in the bracket. So whatever you write in the bracket, it matches that character in the bracket. And if this is what you mean by this, then what is this then? Inside is if I put this.
Does
Not
not match.
matching the character in the backgrounds.
Okay, so not. This is what? Yeah, this is for.
Or
It can be either or. Okay, so either this or this or this or this. Okay, it can be anything. It's depending on what you pronounce. So what is this for? Round bracket.
Group.
Yes, it's group. Okay, then what we'll do is the next thing is we are called as quantifiers. Okay, so quantifiers. So we have star. What star means?
0 or more.
0 or more.
0 or more. What plus means?
one or more
One or
occurrences.
more.
1 or more. What question mark means?
0 or 1.
0
Or
or
one.
sorry, 0 or 1. Then what we have? We have this something. If I do 3. So what this means?
Exactly 3.
Exact number. So basically, what number you pass here, that number is extracted from the text. If I do this, then
Minimum 3, maximum 4.
exactly. So range of the number. So range of the number, and the first parameter is a minimum and the second parameter is a maximum. So this is the regex that you have to use. Okay, so this you have to play with somehow to get a text. Okay, so now it's clear to everyone that so let's try to debug this. So what I'm doing is I want HTTP. I want HTTP. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm putting S and I'm putting question mark after that. So what this means? So let's try to see. So you can see 0 or more. Okay, so this S after HTTPS can be present also, cannot be present also. So basically it is 0 or more. So if there is something called HTTP or HTTPS, both we will take into consideration. Then we have a colon. So after this we have a colon and we have a no, not white space, basically a string, any string. Okay, and then what I'm doing is this and this is separated by what? Or sign. Okay, so what the or sign means? Either or. So either it can be this or either it can be this. If you're finding the string, just replace the string with the empty string. Now now it's clear to everyone, those who are facing the issue with this.
Yes.
Okay, and one more thing what I will suggest is, so we have something called as regex. Okay, regex, and when we click on this, so actually what you have written you can test here also. Okay, so suppose I have written this, right? So this is a regex that I have written. Copy, and you can just paste your regex here and you can text your regex. Okay, so suppose if I'm writing www.google.com. So see, now this is getting highlighted, right? So this means that this is matching this regex. So any string has www.google.com, it will be removed from there. So you can text your regex from here also what you are writing. So instead of www, what I have said, if I write, okay, so let it be www. Then next http colon google.com. See, this is also getting highlighted. This means that this regex is catching this particular string also. And what I said, it can be HTTP or it can be HTTPS, right? So HTTPS. Now if I type my name, see, my name is not catching because this regex is for only the email and the only for the links. That's why. So now it's clear that so this site is regexr.com. It's for testing your regex. Okay, suppose you have written one regex, so you can test here that whether you are wrong or right. Okay. And if you want to test this, what I've written, so basically I can just remove this and I can test here. So basically these are all valid text. So if you find anything like star, okay, so you want star or dot or question mark. Okay, so if there's a question mark, okay, this is not working. Can anyone tell me what is wrong here? So I just remove this. So basically what I'm doing is
Slash. I think the first slash is, if you
so
remove it, it should pick it up.
yeah, so okay, so unmatched opening square bracket. Okay, so whether do you have a square bracket, right? Okay, what is this? Okay, so basically you have to do escape character. Okay, so escape character method dot matches any characters with line breaks 25 match 0 or 1 makes the preceding qualifier escape character. Okay, so if you have a dot abc, okay, okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so anything inside a bracket. So if this is something like this is what I'm saying. So this is suppose you have stars. Okay, so okay, so this kind of data where you can see will be highlighted. Okay, just to remove that this kind of data. That's it. This is the meaning of this regex. Okay, so basically what you are writing here can be tested here. Just to confirm that what you're writing is correct or not. Okay, so this is the first difference. So it will be here only. Okay, if you want to check, you can just always refer this reference. And the other is regex r. Okay, so what I will do is I will just copy the link. I will paste in the chat box. So if you want to work with this, you can work with this. And one more tip. Okay, so just don't try to hide everything. Okay, so basically Google is there for you. What I mean to say is, suppose you want to remove Gmail from, you want to, oh, sorry, my bad. So suppose you want to remove Gmail, right? So what you can do is, instead of by hiding everything, you can just type on the net that regex for links, and when you click on this, you will get a n number of regex for that. Okay, see, you can either copy this or you can just copy this. Okay, so if you copy this, and you can test also here, and hvww.google.com. Okay, so everything, so basically you can copy everything from the net also. Okay, it's not compulsory to hide everything. Net is there for you. Just you have to understand that what we have to use and what we don't have to use. Okay, that's the only thing we have to do. Okay, so this is a small tip to everyone. That's it. Okay, so I will leave this use cases, and yes, so this is clear to everyone. Regex, there's a website called regexr where you can test the data. So this is a regex reference that I given to you. So whatever I'm writing, you can just go with here and you can see what I'm typing. Okay, so till here is clear to everyone.
Yep.
Okay, then the next thing is copy. So basically everything is repeated, right? So I will just copy paste and everything. So this inside part I will change. Okay, so dot star question mark. Can anyone explain me this? What I'm doing here?
We are removing this less than and greater than symbols from the text.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just removing the less than, greater than, or symbols from the text. That's it. Okay. This is a small regex. What I'm trying to do. Then paste. Okay. So if I'm fine anywhere slash n, I'm just removing that thing. This is a simple regex again. And one more simple regex is this. Okay. So copy paste and slash w star, then d, and slash w star. So can anyone tell me the last regex what I'm trying to do?
So digits between words.
Exactly. So digit between words. Okay. So if you have seen something, I've showed you that there was a digit between two words. So like this. Okay. Like this, I'm trying to remove, or there are many more digits that can be between the words. Okay, so trying to remove that. That's it. So this is the regex that I'm using, and you can do. And okay, so this is a task for you. Okay, now I'm just using the regex. Okay, so what you have to do is, you have to. So basically, I will write here. Okay, so wait. So this is a tough part that I have done. I'm giving you the easy part to do. Okay, so this is a text. Then what I want everyone to do is future work. I will add. Okay, future work or future task for you guys, so that you can also practice. Okay, so you have to remove punctuation. You have to remove the stop words. So you have to use the basic that function. That's why I have not shown that you know how to do that. This you don't know. Okay, this you don't know. That's why I did this, so that everyone is familiar with what is regex, why regex is important. If you don't regex, just please, if and you are trying to go in NLP field, so regex is a must. Okay, so I have done this hard part. You have to do the easiest part. Okay, so remove punctuation, remove the stop word. You have to do as a homework. Okay, so this is for future task. And what I will do next is I will take train dot text equal to train dot text dot apply, and my famous function apply function is my famous function, or my this favorite function, because what you have to do is you have to pass lambda of x and you have to pass the function. That's it. And clean text, and you have to pass text, and then everything will, so each column will be taken, it will pass to text, it will clean, and it will return the clean text. Okay, so that's why I like apply function a lot. So there can be other ways also. It's up to you what ways you want to use. So this is one way, and this is text, and one will be selected text, and this one will be also selected text. So basically I'm cleaning both the columns. Okay, one is the text that I have, so this is a text and this is selected text. So based on the regex, I'm trying to clean everything what I've written here. Okay, so if I run this, okay, it got executed. If I see the data now, let's see the data now. Copy, paste, and this is the data that I have. Okay, still we have star and everything, we still have this, so we have to remove this. Okay, so I'm just not removing this, you have to remove this. Okay, so text we have, then let's see selected text. Okay, so let's see if data is cleaned or not. Okay, let's see, try to see. We have is, okay, who makes, okay, this is negative, right? Okay, my bad. So what I will do is, okay, this is a train data, and initially I will go and check because everything is gone right. So I had responded if we are wrong, I had responded if we are wrong and stuff. So sad, boring. Okay, so I've said responded if we are wrong, so sad and stuff like this. Okay, so basically clean is working or not? I'm just confused. So everything is in lowercase. So yes, everything is in lowercase. Okay, so basically this regex is not enough. Okay, so you have to think a lot. So you have to remove this also. So can anyone tell me how to remove this? Okay, so I will add one more thing. Copy, paste, and I will just remove the star. Okay, how to remove the star? So can anyone tell me how to remove the star?
Sir, in that first one, before the square bracket, there is no need of that slash. If you remove that slash, star is going.
Okay. Now if
Last one also. Before
last one,
No,
this
in
one,
that same line.
this
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run this, run this, run this. Okay, the slash was a mistake there, right? Okay, my bad. Yeah, slash was a mistake. Yes. So basically, now this will remove star and everything for you. Okay, the star, question mark, or dot, anything you can see, it will be removed. Okay, now it's looking like a clean text, a bit of clean text, but still we have to do a lot. Okay, we have to remove the punctuation and stuff like that. So what we'll do is let's remove the punctuation by own. Okay, so what we'll do, So how to remove the punctuation? Can anyone tell me?
String dot punctuation. That and remove.
Okay. So can anyone tell me that how to add that thing here?
Like get the string dot punctuation and put it in a square bracket. So anything from that will be removed.
Okay, okay.
Afsan, I have found that using regex, can you try that to remove punctuation?
Okay, so this is for the punctuation copy. And okay, so I will paste the inside word, that's it. So copy and paste here. This is correct, what you have given?
Yes.
Okay, so let's try to run this, and run this. So the punctuation is removed now. Okay, so basically you have to be very good with regex here. Okay, so this is one of the way. This is what is given is one of the way. The other way is this. So what we can do is we can uh, put percentage s. Okay, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is also a way you can do. So basically what you can do next is, suppose I will remove r from here. Okay, and this percentage sign you can substitute the value. Okay, what I want to substitute re dot escape, and this I want string dot punctuation. So string dot punctuation. Okay, so basically all the punctuation will be replaced here automatically. So you don't have to copy paste and stuff like this. All everything will be replaced from here to here. That's it. It is like a format string, but in a regex way. Okay, so this is also you can do, or this is also you can do. So there are n ways to do that. Okay, so there are n ways to do that. Or else what you can do is you can import string, and if you do this, just copy this and paste in the asset box. This is also you can do. Okay, so there are a number of ways to remove the punctuation. This is the indirect way. Direct way also you can do. That is, you can use a for loop, or you can. In the last Netflix class, I've used the right function using a for loop dot split, and again I'm joining. So you can do that also. So this is clear to everyone how to remove punctuation. This is the first. This is the second step, and this is the third step.
And what was that percentages? I didn't understand.
This percentage s is just for string substitution. Okay, so what I'm saying is this percentage s I will replace with string dot punctuation by default. So re dot escape string punctuation. So what is string punctuation? This is string punctuation, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So what behind the scene it will do is it will just replace this with this. That's it. So you don't have to do extra function here. So behind the scene it will do something like this automatically.
Okay.
Okay. So yes.
And one more, this less than greater than that line also I didn't understand.
Which one?
Less than greater than, there is a symbol, right?
This sign you understand. Okay. This is
That
nothing but
line.
that this line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to regex. You will understand. Regex and r. Okay. So if I do this, so suppose any text is starting with like a b c. Okay, so basically a dot. Okay, so anything starting. Okay, something is wrong. Let me see the regex. Okay, so okay, this means something in regex. No, right? So this is more than dot star question mark more than plus, right? So copy. So everything is fine here. What is not working? Can anyone tell me what I'm doing wrong? Because I can't figure it out. So character matches. Okay, so basically that should work. I'm matching this only. Why it's not working? Dot matches any
What
character
are we
except the line
trying-
break. Sorry.
Like what are we trying? Like what are we trying to do here?
Okay, what we're trying to do is suppose in a Twitter, what happens is someone can put the emojis, right? With the help of emojis. So what is emojis behind the scene? Emojis behind the scene, nothing but combination this, right? So if I do this, this, and this, right? So just trying to remove that. That's it. And or if some text is something like this, ABC, trying to remove that. That's it. Okay, so but it's not. So basically, let's try to understand what I have. So see, this is I've written on my own, so it can be wrong. Okay, I'm not
So
saying this can.
Afshan, you have to close it with the greater than sign, then only it will capture. So start with less than, write anything, and then close it with greater than.
Oh, this is that only, no?
No. So if you only that text will be captured. So
Ah,
if
yeah,
you
okay,
write
okay, okay. ABC and it's
0
like this,
0
right?
and then close it,
Ah, yeah. So
yes.
basically anything inside this. Basically. So basically, what he's trying to say is, suppose anything enclosed in this will be cached. Okay, so you can write anything. So this. So why the previous one is not working when I was doing? So when I was doing ABC.
No,
Okay, I have
so
to
you
close
haven't
it. Oh,
closed. Yeah.
I was not closing it. So because I was not closing it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one or more, right? That's why if I do star, then it will work, I think. Yeah, now it's working. See, the bracket is getting cached here. Okay, great. So okay. So this is because of the plus. Okay. So now you understood what I'm trying to do is, so anything, any text inside this or any emojis is there or anything is there, I'm trying to remove that. That's it. It's clear now?
Like what is the question mark inside there?
We have a question mark. It will be removed. Only question mark you want?
No, in the regex there is a question mark, right?
In a regex, there's a question mark.
In the regex, like here.
Down here.
No, in that same regex,
Okay, in the same regex. Okay.
there is a question mark there, right?
Yeah, so basically what dot means?
Any character,
Any character. What star means?
0 or more.
So this character can be 0 or more. What question mark
Yeah.
means?
Question mark is like
Zero
previous
or
character,
0 or
0
more.
or
0 or 1.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting confused at why the question mark is there, right?
Yeah.
So see,
So I think without question mark, it should also work.
so basically I've done this extra step you're saying. So what that means is this inside this any character can be there. So it can be either 0 or more, yes. So 0 or more. So it will catch. So okay, you got confused with the question mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can remove this. Okay, my bad.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is the same thing you can do in many ways. So this is what I have done. So yes, I agree that you don't require this. Okay, here also I have written extra step. So anywhere else I have written extra that is not required. You can just tell me. Email is right. Okay, so this is also right. This is slash and to remove slash and. Okay, so I will remove the punctuation like this. So I will remove this line because already we have removed the punctuation with the above line. So see guys, even a lot of practice also I am doing a silly mistake. So regex is not simple as we think. So yes, so that's why I have given you the tools to practice also. So we have regex r and I have given this also regex. So you have to clean a text a lot. Okay, a lot. So it is not an easy task. That's why NLP is not an easy task. Okay. So till here is clear to everyone what I'm trying to do. Anyone has a doubt, they can ask. So I will run this. Okay. So this is the text that I'm getting. So I will just comment this. This is for your reference. Okay. Now we have cleaned the text. We have cleaned the selected text. Okay. Suppose we have cleaned everything. What is the next step? Suppose we have removed the stop words and stuff like that. What is the next step we have to do? And
If
cleaning
there
it.
are any not null values now.
Okay. So we have to check if there is not null value. Okay. So if we do df, oh sorry, not df. Train.info. Okay. So there are no null values. Okay. There are no null values. So the data is still perfect. There is no null value. So yes, data is still perfect. Then this is also verified that there is no null values. Then everything is clean now. Okay, so we have the data. So I will just draw the timeline. Okay, we have the data. We have cleaned the data. Clean the data. Then the next step, after cleaning the data is done, what is the next step? So basically, you have to convert into vector form, right? Vector form, and after converting into vector form, you have to apply any machine learning algo. And once this is done, what you can do is you can just do the training. So this is a timeline that we have to follow, and the first the timeline is completed. Now next timeline is vector form. So can you tell me how to convert into a vector form?
ID.
Yes, so we have to go with TF-IDF or conv vectorizer. It's up to you, but my personal choice is TF-IDF vectorizer because it tries to give the weightage according to the number of word that is occurring. Okay, so vectorizer equal to TF-IDF vectorizer and train vectors. So basically, I'm not doing train and test split here because we already have the two datas. Okay, we have already have test data different and we have a train data different. So you don't have to do a train test split here. Okay, so vectorizer dot fit underscore transform, and inside this I have to pass the train and just run this. Okay, so till is clear to everyone what I'm trying to do. Till cell number 41 is clear to everyone. So Abhinav has given the most simplified way, so you can go with this also. Okay, so what Abhinav has given. So I will just copy and keep and paste and keep. Okay, so that. So you can follow this way also. Okay, so text, and text. I will just comment this. Okay, so you can follow this way, or if you want to follow, you can follow this way also. So it's up to you what you want to follow. Then we have converted this. Then we have, okay, now if I do SVM, suppose I'm using SVM, and if I, okay, so let me do that first. From sklearn import SVM, and from sklearn dot matrices import classification report. Once you have done this, just call the SVM classifier. So classifier equal to SV. So there's something called as SVC. Okay, SVC stands for support vector classifier, and we have to use a kernel. So let's see what is the by default kernel. So kernel by default is RBF. Okay, let's go with RBF. If this is not giving me good answer, then I will change to linear. So classifier dot fit and train vectors. Now, what I have to pass next? So I have passed the train vector. Then what I have to pass? In fit, I have to pass two values, right? One is the independent variable and other is the
Sentiment.
target, right? Okay, so let me pass the target. So it's a huge data, it will take a time. Okay, so it's a huge data, it will take time. So everyone just try this and let me know what accuracy you are getting. So if you don't, if your RAM is low, if you don't have a good laptop, then your laptop might stuck. Okay, so a small warning to everyone, because the train vector, the number of independent variable that will be created is in thousand. That's why it will take time to just give the values.
Some sentiment column में we need to do label encoding.
Yeah, so basically to put us less load on the RAM, we have to actually do label encoding here. So what we'll do is I will just break everything and okay, so for me it's done. For me it's done. Okay, so either you can do with this also or you can do the label encoding so that the SVM performs much faster. So can anyone tell me how to do that? Label encoding. So basically, what is label encoding is in a target variable you have positive, negative, and neutral. So instead of writing positive, negative, and neutral, you can do as 0, 1, and 2. Just coding you are doing. Okay, so you can go with that coding also.
From sklearn pre-processing, import label encoder.
Okay, so from sklearn dot preprocessor
Pre-processing.
import label
Label.
in label.
L is capital.
Okay, label encoder. Yes. Okay, so
You
what we'll
can
do is we create an
initialize it.
instance. Yeah, we create an instance. So for example, encoder, we'll give it an encoder equal to label encoder and put the bracket and uh,
Then train.
train if I in
Sentiment.
yeah, so I will do encoded here equal to encoder
Dot fit underscore transform.
fit underscore transform, and inside this just pass the train so
Sentiment.
yes, so train encoded, so in place of encoded I will add sentiment. Okay, so everything will be converted into this. If I run this, so now if I see the data, that is train data, and if I run this, so everything is converted into 0 and 1s. So everything is converted into 0, 1s, and 2s. Okay, so you can, so this if you use, your SVM will perform better because here you have it has to perform with text. Okay, the neutral, negative, and stuff like that. Here it will perform with the number, so you can give this also. Okay, so it's up to you. So if you do in place of sentiment, if you replace encoded, and run this. Okay, so this that way also you can do, this label encoder way also you can do. So how you think is better, you can go with any of these. Okay, this is label encoder. So if you want to see the unique values, so train encoded dot unique. So by this you will understand that what are the unique values that I am getting. Okay, so meanwhile it's training, what I will do is I will give you the future task. Okay, so what you can do, so the future task is remove punctuation, remove the stop words. Then I think I've told you that naive bias is the algorithm that works. Okay, so naive bias naive bias algorithm you have to use. So I'm using SVM, you have to use naive bias algorithm. Then what you have to do is you have to use something called as a grid search CV. What is grid search CV? Anyone?
Doing
Grid,
hyperparameter.
grid search or random search?
Hyperparameter tuning.
Yes, hyperparameter thing. Okay, hyperparameter tuning thing you have to do. So to get the best parameter, okay, to get the best parameter with the best value. Okay, then what I have done is I am just use the train data. Okay, use the train data for testing as well as training. So what you have to do is you have to train on train.csv and test on test.csv. Okay, this is what you have to do. Basically, I've only worked with train.csv every time. See, if you notice, I've only worked with train.csv. I have not taken I have not considered any text.csv. Sorry, test.csv. Yes. So you have to consider this for the future task. Okay, just to have a practice on regex. So that's why I'm not given that. So you have to do this. So train on train.csv and test on test.csv. Then what you have to do is if you realize that I'm only converting the TF factorizer of column what of selected text, right? There is something called text also. So perform TF IDF on text data also. Okay, on text column also. So basically, I have done on text, selected text column. We have to do on text column just for a fun. Okay, just for a. So what I want to do is, so this is extra thing. What you have to do, basically, you have to visualize the Twitter data. That's it. Okay, so you can visualize in your way also. So for example, you can give me the unique top 10 unique words or top 10 top occurring words in a better visualized way. Okay, so visualizing the Twitter data. So this you have learned. Okay, this you have learned using Matplotlib or Seaborn. You have to just use your maths, or you have to just use the pandas function to get the top 10 words and then to display that in your visualization way so that you can show to your anyone else. Okay, you can show the client or you can show to any of the person that is showing this data. So basically visualization is your part. Okay, so basically this is a thing that you have to do. Then after doing this, save the model and deploy the model. Save the model and deploy the model. Okay, deploying of the model is nothing but I have taught you right with the Flask that how to do that. So I will so some people know, some people don't know. So the people who don't know, they can skip this part for now. Once I will teach you deployment, then we will move forward with that. Then I will tell you to deploy this. The people who have done this or the deployment part with me, they can deploy the project. And the third part is uh, push the code on GitHub. Why? Because this tweet analysis, this sentiment analysis, what I have done, the two use cases are very important use cases to make understand to the recruiter that okay, you know what NLP is. Okay, so you have to push everything on GitHub so that anyone sees your GitHub, he will get to know that yes, you are not just telling, you have actually done the project. So suppose I'm a recruiter, I can click on this and I can see okay, he has mentioned that he has done tutor analysis. Okay, great, he has done. Let's see his code work. So here I can see my code. So the recruiter or some HR can see my code from directly here. So we don't have to call you for the code or something like that. Okay, just a small tip to improve your GitHub profile. That's it. So a small tip to everyone: whatever project you are doing, try to push everything on GitHub. Try to push everything on GitHub. Okay, so that it becomes your GitHub becomes very what I can say. So the programmer or the recruiter will think that you are good in coding and stuff like this. Just to make, just you put DPs in or you put pictures in Instagram, right? So that it looks beautiful. So you have to put code here to look to make a GitHub beautiful. That's it. That's the only thing I will say. So this is a future work. Okay, so what I will do is, so my model is trained. Let's see. Okay, it's trained. So let's do a prediction. So predicted data is equal to okay, classifier dot predict, and I will give, see, I'm giving the train vectors again. As I told you, I'm doing the testing on the same data, which is not a correct way. This you have to do. Okay, this you have to do using the test vector. So this is your future task. If you see, this is your future task. So just not helping you with this, you have to just work. So if you have any doubt, you can just ping me anytime on my WhatsApp number. So this is what you have to do. So basically, let's see, where is the prediction? Okay, prediction is still is going on, so it will take time. So let's wait and let's go to classification report. So I will do the classification. It will take time. Okay, so let it finish. Okay, it's done. Okay, so I have train dot encoded. I will just paste here train dot encoded. So basically, it will be sentiment, and here I will give as predicted data. Okay, so what is the problem? Okay, mix all label input. Okay, okay, got it. So you have to, for this, you have to convert the sentiment into a uni. Okay, so I will run this. And if I do encode it here now, it works. Now it works. So this is a precision recall value. Okay, so the precision value is 0.99 for 1. Recall value is 0.96. So let me give in a proper output format. Okay, so output dictionary is equal to true. So that data is in a proper format. So this is the value for 0. This is for 1. This is for 2. Accuracy I'm getting is of 96%. If you want to improve the accuracy, you can go to improve the accuracy. My recall and F score is also good. See 0.94, 0.96, and what else? So this is why this is good. Can anyone tell me?
We are testing on trained data again.
Yes, because we are testing on train data. Okay, so this is not a correct way. This is just to give you that if you have done prediction or test data, you can just go with this way and then you try to check the accuracy. Okay, so this is given in a future task. So I'm not giving that thing because in text data also you have to clean the text so that you can practice this. That's why I'm not giving this. You can practice the regex. That's why I'm not doing everything for you. So you have to basically do everything on a test data also. The same thing what you have done on train data. Then use TF-IDF vectorizer on the train data. And remember, on test data, you will only do transform. Okay, you will not do fit transform. Otherwise, it will be different structures. Then visualize the Twitter data on your own way. Okay, so you can use you can use word cloud, or you can use anything of your choice. Just visualize the data in your way. What you think that is better to show to the end user. So just visualize the data, then save the model, then deploy the model. Okay, so deploy the model. Many people know, many people don't know. Who don't know that it's not a problem. I will teach you in the future classes. But those people who know, please try to deploy the model and try to give me the link. Okay, I want to see that how you are deploying the model or how you are putting the things. And the last part, post the code on GitHub. Okay, this is a very important step. Post the code on GitHub. Anyone has a doubt, they can ask. Okay, this is Twitter, right? So I got confused. Okay, I've done Netflix. So yes, thank you everyone.